What the fuck? This fucking kid was actually acting, bro. Good morning, ladies. Today I'd like to continue our little journey with the custom maps that you can find in Team Fortress 2. Some real hidden gems tucked away outside of the official boundaries of, what counts as a real TF2 map. You can find some truly great experiences out there. And of course, last time I talked about CP Mojave, which is a fantastic map. And today I'd like to talk about a map that is also really great and really, really interesting. And that map is Garbage Day. Don't let the name fool you, though. Even though it is called Garbage Day, ain't nothing garbage about this map. This map is fucking great. And, before I say anything, once again, as usual, the standard drill, standard operating procedure at this point is, if you want to play this map and try it out for yourself, if you don't just want to take my word for it, and if you actually want to experience it for yourself, you can play this map on castaway.tf. The greatest TF2 server ever made. Go out there, join the server, and you can try this map out. And, see if what I'm saying is actually true or complete bullshit. Going back to what I was saying earlier, Garbage Day is a very, very interesting map. This map is a King of the Hill map. And, at first glance upon, your first inspection, this might just look like a regular-ass TF2 KOTH map. But it's not just any King of the Hill map. Garbage Day is the King of the Hill map. This is the first KOTH map in the game. Garbage Day was created, at least, the Game Banana page for this map that you can still find to this day, dates back to the February of 2009. King of the Hill as an official game mode for Team Fortress 2 only became a thing. KOTH only became official in TF2 in the August of 2009. So basically, Garbage Day, despite not being an official map in Team Fortress 2, actually predates King of the Hill becoming official in the game by like half a year. So it's kind of crazy to think about that KOTH was actually not a launch game mode. Like, to me, King of the Hill is it's such a standard, bread and butter TF2 experience to me that, you think back, damn, there was actually a time when this game mode wasn't a thing. And as far as I can comprehend, to my understanding, if you like King of the Hill, as I do, I really do, this is probably my second favorite game mode in the game. If you like KOTH, you should be thanking Garbage Day and the guy who made it. Because without this, who the fuck knows? This might have never even been a thing. And if you ever needed an argument on why custom maps are awesome and why modding is incredible, look no further than Garbage Day. Because this fucking map invented a core Team Fortress 2 game mode well before Valve was doing anything like it. And this made me kind of scratch my head a little bit. It really made me realize how stuck I am in my TF2 bubble. I never really thought about this. Yeah, King of the Hill, that's not a core FPS game mode. Historically, if we're looking at the same arena shooter tradition of TF2, Quake doesn't have King of the Hill. Unreal Tournament doesn't have King of the Hill. It has Domination, but that's more fucking Battlefield Conquest than it is TF2 KOTH. So yeah, when you think about it, TF2 is kind of the first arena shooter to even have KOTH as a game mode. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm stupid. Someone's gonna school me in the comments. Oh no, fucking Jim Carrey's fucking Bizarre Adventure invented this shit. You already had it. From what I could see, I looked it up. I had to look this shit up, out of curiosity. The one game that had KOTH as a game mode before TF2 would be fucking Halo. And then of course it makes sense that I don't know this because fuck Halo, okay? Console shooters are not real shooters. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I looked it up. I guess I have to give some credit. Halo kind of invented KOTH, you could say that. But from what I looked up, from what I saw, it's not the same KOTH that, we see in TF2. It's a fucking moving beam. It's not a static point in Team Fortress 2. So as far as King of the Hill and the way it functions in Team Fortress 2, I really do believe, as far as arena shooters go, Garbage Day is probably the first example of a map, having this game mode. So before we even take a look at Garbage Day as a map on its own merits, just taking a look at this little history here, like, you gotta give this map massive fucking props. You gotta respect Garbage Day, because, put simply, this map basically invented King of the Hill for Team Fortress 2 as we know it. And it was kind of like a proof of concept that you could make this game mode work in TF2 and you could make it fun. So with that very interesting information out of the way, I would now just like to take a look at Garbage Day specifically and how it functions as a map. Like just on regular TF2 KOTH map criteria, ignoring the fact that it's the first KOTH map ever made, how does this map play? First of all, Garbage Day visually, as you've already seen throughout the video, this map just looks fucking fantastic. It is a beautiful map. As I've said before, as I've said in the Mojave video, if somebody makes a map that looks good and actually fits the theme of TF2 and they put in the effort to make the map look like Team Fortress 2, that is a very good sign for the gameplay as well. And of course, like this map, from an aesthetic point of view, it looks like fucking classic Team Fortress 2. That is undeniable. You take one look at this map from a bird's eye view, and you're looking at fucking Team Fortress 2. Which is not true for a lot of the maps we've been seeing added into fucking casual for, however many fucking years at this point. So, I just, want to start with that. This map has a giant spire in the middle, so you could compare it to Badlands. But it's more like an upward style Badlands. It's very bright and sort of yellow. Like the buildings kind of look like 2 Fort. You got like the hydro petri dish on mid. It just looks great. It's like a synthesis of a lot of different styles for TF2, like visual design. I love it. What else is there even to say? This map is just beautiful, and it fits that classic Team Fortress 2 theme perfectly. Fucking bellissimo. Perfecto. So now going to the gameplay specifics of Garbage Day. It has to be said, this is a King of the Hill map, fucking par excellence. Like this is a literal King of the Hill. You just have a giant spire in the middle. There's a hill that you climb up on, and you have to become the king of that hill. It's like fucking like it's the literal KOTH map. Like you can't get any more KOTH than this. It only makes sense that the first KOTH map would be the most literal KOTH map. A very unique thing that has to be mentioned about Garbage Day, and this is interesting to me, and if you've been paying attention to the gameplay, you should have noticed this already. The point on this map, the actual hill, the control point that you need to hold and cap and fucking defend, that thing caps fucking near instantly. You can stand on top of the hill for like 2 seconds, and you will capture the point. And of course, this has to be mentioned. This is not how TF2 KOTH works traditionally, right? And, like, it makes sense that it doesn't work this way traditionally. It makes sense that Garbage Day doesn't follow the tradition of TF2 KOTH because it fucking predates that tradition. It is a trailblazer. It is a pioneer. It is, it's the prototype. It's the fucking first map that even tried to do this game mode. And it does things differently from the way most KOTH maps work. Most King of the Hill maps, you gotta stand on the point for a, fairly decent amount of time if you want to cap it. In some cases, in like the most extreme case I can think of, KOTH Sawmill, you gotta stand on that shit for like 30 seconds before you can cap it. So this is definitely a break from, the rest of the TF2 KOTH roster. And this is an interesting point to think about. Garbage Day basically invents KOTH, and, its point, it caps extremely fast. Valve copies the game mode. They're like, okay, we like King of the Hill, but for some reason they didn't like the concept of the point capping fast. They went, in the other direction. They wanted the point to be, they wanted you to stand on it for a decent amount of time. And, we could sit here for an hour and talk about, just this one concept. Like, should the KOTH point, like, should it be fast, the cap, or should it be slow? But, just sticking to Garbage Day, just sticking to this map and its point, I gotta say, for my money, this map's point capping extremely fast has been really fucking fun for me. I'm not gonna say this is better. I'm not saying, this is how KOTH should be. Every KOTH map should cap in fucking 1 second. But for Garbage Day specifically, it really works. It opens up the fucking way for these really fast-paced sort of engagements. Like the point fucking just exchanges hands like 5 times in 10 seconds. And that's just fun. That's just awesome. Something about that really fucking... I dig it. I dig it, man. That's all I gotta say. That might be my favorite part of the map. Now that I focused on the objective a little bit, let's ignore the point for a bit. Because guess what? A lot of people do ignore the point, and a lot of people don't even play the objective. And let me just give you a quick note and say that Garbage Day, like a lot of King of the Hill maps, it is absolutely great if you don't even fucking care about the point. If you're just running around or you're just jumping around the map. Garbage Day works in that aspect, or as a pure like DM map, it works great in that respect. It really does. You got a lot of open fields out there. You know, I feel like a free range chicken when I play this map. I got open spaces. I got grass. Well, actually, no, I don't have grass, but there's a lot of room to just run around, fuck around, and do your own thing, even when you're not playing the objective. But of course, you should play the objective because hey, that's what the game's about, and also because it's really fun. But I just wanted to point out that, of course, it does work in both of these respects. It's good as a map where you focus on the objective, and yet if you ignore it, it also works in that respect as well. And that is the sign of a great TF2 map. I imagine, though, that if this map was official, if Garbage Day was an actual KOTH map that is really in the game, I guarantee you would have like these Reddit fucking scrub-ass shitters bitching about this map being some sort of like sniper map, you know, like, oh, it's the sightlines, the heck of the sightlines, oh, you could just see across the map. Yo, I guarantee you would have Redditors bitching about that shit. You know, like, ignore the fact that there's like a massive fucking underground flank route that you could access directly from your spawn. You know, ignore the fact that the skybox is completely open and you can jump across the map in 1 second. You know, because Sniper could actually fucking see people. That's just a horrible map design flaw. You gotta understand. You know, let me just give you a little formula, you know, just in case. You need to understand this, right? Like if a map is good for Scout, and of course Garbage Day is good for Scout, very good in fact, then it's not Sniper heaven. Period. You have checks and balances that you have to deal with. If a map has a completely open skybox, it's not Sniper heaven, because you could just jump across the map as Soldier or especially as Demo with the sticky jumper and completely fucking annihilate, like carpet bomb snipers. Just something I wanted to point out. Yo, just in fucking case I get some Redditor cocksuckers bitching about this shit. One more thing that I gotta mention about this map from a gameplay standpoint. There is a little gimmick on this map. There's a giant elevator that takes you from like the basement to the top of the hill. And of course, as far as I can tell, this is the only functional elevator in any TF2 map ever. So this is, of course, a unique thing that is specific to this one map. I gotta say, it's pretty fucking stupid. Like it like fucking crushed my bones one time. It just like, got me stuck. It has this weird delay. Everything about it is kind of weird. But at the same time, you know, honestly, it doesn't hurt the map. It's fine. Yeah, it's a gimmick. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Yeah, there's nothing else like this in TF2 on any other map. But you know what? That's fine. Like, it doesn't hurt the map. It's interesting. I don't know. Like, maybe we're gonna have like a Garbage Day meta one day where like people really like figure out the elevator and it's really like the fucking game changer. But honestly, most of the time, like most rounds, I don't even touch the elevator once. Like, to me, it just seems like a fucking death trap. There's like a giant window in the back that you could get nuked from. You could get sticky trapped when you go over there. I don't know, like I guess the most effective way you could use it is if you had an Uber and you wanted to clear a bunch of people off the point. But overall, from what I see, you know, the elevator is kind of just, it really is a stupid gimmick. But it's a harmless gimmick at the same time. It really isn't that bad. And I've seen one or two plays where people came through the elevator and did some shit. So honestly, it's fine. The last thing I really have to say about this map, and something that I really like about Garbage Day, is that this map is non-stop action. Like, the second you leave spawn at any point in time, you're probably like 4 seconds away from getting into some shit, fighting an enemy player and getting into a fight. And I really like that. You know, this map isn't small, okay? It obviously isn't big. It's right in the middle. It's compact, okay? And the size of this map and the layout of it and the way everything is just kind of put together means that you're just going to be in a constant flurry of fighting and fucking battling and just it's nonstop action. And to me, it's nonstop fun. Like every time that I play this map, I've had fun, you know? And at the end of the day, that's how you know that a map is good. So overall, you know, I'm not going to tell you that Garbage Day is the single greatest King of the Hill map ever made. Like, no, you're never going to beat Harvest, okay? But, you know, honestly, this map might be in my top 5 KOTH maps. I'd have to make that list first. You know, I think I need to play this map a little bit more to make sure that my conclusions on it are correct. But, you know, as I've said before, every time I play this map, I've had fun. And for me to say that this map is in my top 5 KOTH maps, I mean, that's pretty big. As I said before, you know, that's my second favorite game mode. So, I mean, really, I gotta say, I am fucking massively impressed with this map. And all I have to ask at this point is very simple. What the fuck was Valve smoking? How is this map not in the game? How has this map not been added fucking 17 years ago? Like, you took the game mode from this map, but the map itself, which is really fucking good, for some reason you just don't put it in. Like, what's the explanation here? This map invented a fucking game mode. This map created King of the Hill for TF2. And somehow in 17 years, despite the fact that it plays fucking phenomenally, it hasn't made its way into the official rotation. And that is something I will never understand. Like, fucking seriously. Megaton is in the game officially. Fucking Demolition is in the game officially. But Garbage Day, this completely reasonable, playable, fun, simple but effective, fucking absolute classic TF2 map. Like, how is this not official? Like, I don't understand. It genuinely like the mind fucking boggles, dude. It really does. You know, the only somewhat reasonable explanation for this map not being in the game is that, of course, you know, like, it has these little Easter eggs. I mean, the fucking map's name itself is an Easter egg. Fucking Garbage Day. You know, it's because the guy who fucking made this map saw that fucking, like, scene of that psycho with the fucking blue, like, turtleneck. He was like, oh, that's fucking funny. I'm going to call my map that. You know, there's some, like, Easter eggs. There's, like, fucking Mike Tyson's Rape Shack or some shit. You know, and it's charming. I got to say, to me, it's charming. It's got that custom map charm. But, like, if that was the reason that this map didn't get added, like, you could have just very easily, like, adjusted those things. Like, fucking, like remove some of the Easter eggs or hide them a little bit better. And, you know, like, you know, rename the map the fucking, like, Big Ass Spire or some shit. And this map is just, it belongs in TF2. It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm genuinely pissed off that this map I could have played for all these years, officially. And for some reason, the fucking crackheads at Valve decided that they're going to copy the game mode, but they're going to leave the map itself, which is absolutely fantastic, out of the fucking lurch. And, you know, that's just fucking disappointing. I really hate that. And the fucking plot thickens, because this map really could have been added in the game. The guy who made this fucking map, WhatIsSchwa, that is the offer that I see on the Game Banana page. He actually made a map that got officially added into Team Fortress 2. Fucking Swiftwater. Which, all I'm gonna say is, Garbage Day deserves to be official a lot more than fucking Swiftwater does. All I'm gonna say about that. Yo, no hate. No hate to this guy. WhatIsSchwa, let me say. Yo, like, I just want to tell you, if I wasn't the man I was, I'd kiss you. I fucking love you, dude. I love this map. I fucking love the fact that, I mean, you created my second favorite game mode. Man, I hope you get paid royalties for this shit, man. Every single King of the Hill map in TF2, this guy should get at least like a 10% paycheck for every single one of those. Because without him, we probably wouldn't have this game mode. So at the end of the day, that's really all I gotta say. WhatIsSchwa, absolute fucking legend. Thank you for this map. And thank you for King of the Hill, man. Seriously. I cannot recommend this map enough. And once again, really, like, I could sit here and talk about this map all fucking day, but the most important thing that you should do is don't take my word for any of this. Go out there and try this map for yourself. Once again, I'm going to remind you, we play this map regularly on castaway.tf, the greatest community server of all time. So if you want to play this map, by all means, join us on Castaway, and you'll get to try it out. So with all that said, that's all I got for today. So thanks for watching. Hope this video was informative or interesting or funny or whatever the fuck. And I hope to see you on Castaway. And I hope you enjoy this map as much as I do. So see you next time. Better yet, see you on Castaway on the server. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Control point is being contested.
Well, I want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, fuck. Hey, I lived. Sandman's overpowered, guys.